Hey everyone, for those of you who don't know me, I'm Ruth Stern, the presenter of Emotional Freedoms Techniques Training. And what I'm presenting on this video is something I haven't talked about, which is what I call the soul of EFT. Many people are familiar with Emotional Freedom Techniques, EFT, as a wonderful tool to help with anxiety, with breaking through belief systems that are negative and blocking us. But there's a part that's not spoken about that can be used in a wonderful way, which is working with the spiritual part of counseling and coaching. And when I say spiritual, a lot of people have different definitions. What I'm referring to is working with the essence and the deeper meaning for the client, combined with helping them create a conscious connection with their higher power, divine consciousness, God, however they see it. What's wonderful about this is you can use any part of their belief system to combine with spiritual work. So I'll tell you a personal story, how I came into spiritual work, and then you'll see why I think it's so powerful. So in 2006 is when I trained in EFT. And before that, let me just shift for a second. For those of you who don't know me, I've been a therapist for over 33 years. So I've always been a seeker of growth and transformation for myself and for clients, and always looking for the best, most viable techniques that can create massive shifts. And when I came across EFT, I was really delighted how quick and rapid you could work with so many things, with anxiety, with food cravings, with pain. Within 6 months of learning EFT, I was diagnosed in 2006 with stage 3 breast cancer. And you can imagine the fear and all the emotions that we all experience when we have a diagnosis like that. And what happened for me is in my third or second chemo that I was taking, I became very sick and depressed because, as you can imagine, it attacks different parts of your system. And on this particular day, I was feeling very depressed. I was feeling very dizzy. On a scale of 0 to 10, I was a 20 depressed and dizzy. My husband at the time said to me, "Why don't you do tapping?" And I really didn't think it was going to help very much because there's a toxic chemical in me, but I was desperate and I tried. Same thing I did, you may have heard my story with insomnia. There are times in my life I just didn't believe it was going to work, and it always shocks me. So I do a few rounds with EFT and nothing happened. The depression stuck. And then I thought I had an idea to do what I call healing tapping, spiritual tapping. And I started tapping on receiving light energy from higher consciousness, for me I call God, and allowing that light to just sink and bathe into all my cells. And I created this amazing vision for myself, seeing my cells in a different way while I'm tapping on the acupressure points. So I'm balancing the energy as I'm using the word what I call spiritual healing words. I only did a few rounds. I got up very slowly, and to my shock, the 20 depression went down to a 10. And it's very hard to believe, you know, when the chemical is in your body, something like that, that's simple, but it was just like that. Now that turned me around because I realized there's deeper work that we can do. So imagine your clients coming in and they have, a lot of pain behind it. They may come in with a simple goal, but many times underneath it are some deeper problems that are feeding the problem that they're coming in with. You know that. And to be able to do some deeper spiritual work, which gets into the essence of them and healing, is the greatest transformation you could provide for them. And so I wanted to tell you about that because this is another gift and wonderful tool that you can access with EFT, and you're going to learn how to do that in the training. So I hope you join me. It is a 3-day dynamic highly experiential, very little theory, lots of doing, lots of practicing, and you leave literally knowing exactly what to do. I've had quite a few practitioners and coaches write me many times within a week. I get emails. I work with this client, Mary. She wasn't moving for 2 to 3 months on this trauma. We did EFT and she moved. I was working with this guy, David. I hear another email. He was blocked with his financial success. We worked on a few core blocks. He's now thriving. I mean, these are the kind of emails I get many times just a week or two after. So you're able to practice it immediately. So I look forward for you to join me. Check out the page below so you can get all the details, and it will be a life-changing practice for you. I hope to see you there. Bye-bye.